You're listening to The Manning Report with your host, James David Manning. The news behind the headlines.
All right, so now, will Jeffrey Epstein squeal? Will he sing? Will he talk? Let me lay this out before you. Jeffrey Epstein, right, is facing sex trafficking of minors on a large scale. Been tried in Florida and was able to use the Attorney General there in Florida to get a light sentence, though he had to register as a sex offender, and was able to get away with a lot of sex trafficking and sex with minors. But for whatever reasons, they have brought the issue back up again regarding all of the sexual crimes that Jeffrey Epstein has done. And of course, and now he is facing 45 years to 100 years in prison, in federal prison here in America. But the court is in the Southern District, New York federal court system. Today, in about 37 minutes, he's going to appear before a magistrate to determine whether or not he should be given bail. Now, his attorneys have offered $77 million as a bond or bail, securing and guaranteeing that Jeffrey Epstein will not fly the coop or fluke the coop, or that he'll get on the lam, that he'll run, or that he'll jump bail. And they're putting up his New York townhouse on 71st Street between Madison and Fifth Avenue that's alleged to be worth $77 million as a guarantee that Jeff is not going to leave. But Jeffrey Epstein owns 2 private planes that he can get on and fly away like a bird anytime he likes. In the Virgin Islands, they're selling wealthy people small parcels of land because they got a collection of islands and they're in the Virgin Islands. And Jeffrey Epstein owns one of those islands as a private island. He owns houses in Paris. And he has strong connection with Vladimir Putin, who owns houses along the French Riviera. And he's got tons of money. They just recently were able to go into his house with a search warrant, and they found $70,000 in cash in a safe, along with 48 diamonds that were ready to be profited and sold, along with literally thousands of pictures of minors, sexual, explicit pictures of young girls in his safe. What a fool he is. Anyway, so the question will be whether or not Jeffrey Epstein will be given bail in just a few moments by the judge sitting to hear his bail hearing case. He has had to surrender his passports. They found a Saudi Arabian passport in Jeffrey Epstein's $77 million townhouse in New York City, but it had a different name on it other than Jeffrey Epstein. And so it is. What will happen now to the Epstein saga? If he is not given bail, and he'll have to stay in jail until his trial has run its course, which may take another year to year and a half to actually get fully underway. And then there's a strong potential that Jeffrey Epstein will be convicted on several charges of sex trafficking, sex with minors, pedophilia, and a ton of other stuff that he'll be convicted of. That would mean he will go to prison for the next 45 to 100 years, that he'll never see the streets again. He'll never see the streets again. So if Jeffrey Epstein is not given bail today, he can just about call it a wrap, that he will not see himself ever as a free man again. So now, what do? If you're Jeffrey Epstein? You know, you said, well, I'll give up my private jets. I'll let you take my $77 million house. I'll give up my passports. Whatever it is, I'll give you all my computers. I'll give you all the evidence. If you'll let me just be out on bail. I'll wear a bracelet. I will not be allowed to go outside my door. I'll have my telephone tapped. I'll do anything. I'll even listen to the Manning report if you'll just let me give me bail. But I don't think the judge is going to do it. No, I don't think the judge is going to do it. And if the judge doesn't do it, if Jeffrey Epstein cannot sell his jets, his house, his island paradise in the Virgin Islands, if he can't sell that to the court to get him released, he's going to have to dig a little deeper. Well, what else do you have to offer? What else can you show me? Well, Jeffrey Epstein's got other things, you know. Yes, he does. In fact, you know, old Jeff has got some friends that are influential and in very high places. You know, old Jeff, Jeff's number one friend is the President of the United States of America. Show it, Mr. President, show it. That Jeffrey Epstein is tight, his tight buddy, his homeboy, his tight buddy, his running partner is Donald John Trump. And it is alleged to have been said, and I believe it to be true, that Trump says that Epstein loves beautiful women. The way Trump says he loves beautiful women as well. They like to party hardy. Yeah. And so now if, I don't know about you. I don't know about Paul Manafort. I don't know about Mike Flynn. I don't know about Michael Cohen. I don't know about George Papadopoulos. But now, were you Jeff Epstein? And your friend is the President of the United States of America, but the judge, here come the judge, the court's in session, here come the judge. The judge ain't gonna give you no break. What would you do? You know, the sodomites got real angry at me. Did y'all hear about that? Ooh, yeah, y'all got to keep up with me. You got to listen to me every day. The sodomites got extremely angry with me because I said that Barack Hussein, the long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, was able to get Jesse Smollett out of a tight spot in Chicago. I said that Jesse Smollett, who's been to the White House on any number of occasions, lives in Chicago, friends with Obama, that Obama called the judge. Here comes the judge. The court's in session. Here comes the judge. Then Obama called the judge and told the judge to cut Jesse Smollett some slack. And here's a man who lied to the police chief, the big, fat, burly black guy who's the police chief in Chicago. He was mad enough to chew nails, even 10 penny nails, that Jesse Smollett had lied to him the way he lied to him. Yes, it's true. Next thing you know, next news report we got, Jesse Smollett is on the street. So I said, there ain't nobody in America had the power to do that to a court but Barack Hussein Obama. And the sodomites went off on a tear on me. They marched around, well, they didn't march around the church, but they marched around all the pink news and all those gay news and the lesbo news, the tranny news, the transvestite, the cross-dressing news, the cross-eyed news. Everybody was writing about me, talking about Jesse Smollett being set free by Barack Obama. But let's leave that alone for just a moment. Let's go back to Trump and to what's his name, Jeffrey Epstein. What do you think Jeffrey Epstein's gonna do? What do you think? No, you can think what you want. I can tell you. You don't have to think, I'll tell you. I tell you what Jeffrey Epstein gonna do. Jeffrey Epstein gonna call the prosecutor and say, can I talk to you about him? I said, well, y'all say y'all not gonna let me get bail? That mean that the last day they picked me up last Saturday night over there at that airport, at Teterboro Airport. That was the last day of my freedom. That's the last day I'm gonna walk on in free land. That was it for me. Yeah, that's it for you, homeboy. What if I got something else to tell? What else can I tell you? Well, they said, well, what else do you got? Well, why don't we sit down? Let's hold the bail hearing. Let's postpone the bail hearing and let's sit and see if we can talk. Well, I might have somebody who's might be interested in that. Who we got? Well, I got friends who are also, I saw last night on the news, but I was having such a great time rejoicing in the prayer meeting last night. The open rewards prayer meeting, I didn't make a note of. I saw last night on the news where Tribulation Trump was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. And the case had been brought to trial, but somehow or another had been dropped before the presidential election. I'll have to get details. If my details on that are incorrect, I quickly apologize. I don't like to give out bad information. But we're talking about Tribulation Trump, right? Mr. Engineer, show Tribulation Trump doing the twerking with them girls down there and what's that down there and that place I'm going to buy pretty soon, Mar-a-Lago. He down there twerking, and I don't know if Jeffrey Epstein knows how to twerk, because I didn't see him twerking, but I saw Trump twerking. And you know, Jeffrey Epstein, he strolls in, right? Jeffrey walks in. He's surveying the scene. All these girls, right? All these girls with their bleached blonde hair, all of them. So Jeffrey, and Trump gets with him, right? Now Trump grabs this one, and he grabs her by the booty. And look at Trump is twerking. Look at Trump is twerking, everybody. Look at Trump twerk. Look at Trump twerk. Work, Trump. Work, yo. Look at Trump twerk. Look at him. Look. So he's talking to Jeffrey. He said, Jeffrey, which one do you want? So Jeffrey's standing there. Jeffrey say, so I heard, I don't know if this is true, and I'll apologize. I mean, I don't know if it's true. But when Trump put those girls together there, you know, and he's standing there, and they're all standing around Trump, and he's twerking and everything. Everybody's twerking, right? And then Trump, you know, grabs the girl, and then Trump leans over and says to Jeffrey, he's gonna lean over and say, now which one do you want? Which one? They said it right there. Then he said, which one do you want? And then Trump said, are they too old for you? And Jeffrey Epstein bows down and can't help himself in laughing, because the answer was yeah. Those girls that were twerking with Trump, they were too old for Jeff. Jeff likes them. He just bowed down. He just bowed. He said, oh, yeah, Lord knows that. How'd you know that? He told Trump, how'd you know that about me? So, you know, now if I'm wrong about that, I'll correct that. But that's what my inside sources are telling me. My sources are telling me that that's what's going on. So let's not get lost in the sauce here. So I suspect that Jeffrey Epstein's going to start giving up people. He'll probably give up Bill Clinton first. I didn't have sex with that woman. He'll probably give him up first. And if that don't get him bail, he's going to give up Trump. No, he will. He might give up Alan Dershowitz. He might give up Alan Dershowitz first. Yeah, let's go with Alan Dershowitz. He'll give up Alan Dershowitz. That don't get it. He'll give up Alex Acosta, that now, if you will, embarrassed and defrocked Secretary of Labor, Alex Acosta, who was the Attorney General at the time. He got that sweetheart deal down there in Florida. He was able to sleep in the Palm Beach jail or the West Palm Beach jail, and then go out to work every day for 12 hours in his office, around in his Bentley. So he may give up Alex Acosta. He's gonna give up somebody. I'm telling you, you'd give up somebody too. Why would you want to spend the rest of your life in prison when you got friends and influential places like Donald Trump and Bill Clinton and Alex Acosta and Alan Dershowitz, and the Lord only knows who else he's got that was in on them parties with them underage girls is what they were, and they were doing that. So we'll have to see what's going to happen. Now, there's another item going on today in the Southern District Courts about, now Trump very well, the problem is that Bill Barr is the Attorney General, so he can somewhat try to suggest that Jeffrey Epstein get bail the way he suggested that the murderer of Eric Garner go free. That's the kind of stuff that gangster Bill Barr does. But we'll wait. We'll see. Anyway, everybody, I'm James David Manning. I'm the Lord's servant. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.